Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. Before Hamilton, there was the groundbreaking Tony Award winning Best Musical In the Heights, which put both Lin-Manuel Miranda and the northern tip of Manhattan on the Broadway map. Well, now the eye popping, heartwarming, and dazzling film version, which is directed by John M. Chu, is coming to screens everywhere. And I caught up with the cast and creative team, including Lin-Manuel Miranda. What has being a part of this film of In the Heights meant to each of you personally? Olga, I'll start with you.
For me, it's a blessing to have had this journey from readings to workshops to off Broadway to Broadway, and then to portray it in the movie. It's just a dream come true. I feel completely blessed, and this is the movie that we need right now. We need it. It's a gift to me, and it's a gift to the world, and I'm just so honored and so proud.
Beautiful. Jimmy, for you.
Well, I just want to say that Olga has had an incredible journey going through the different iterations of this, and it doesn't really happen a lot in terms of our industry. So it is a testament to her talent and to the openness of Lynn and John, and she just eats it up, as we say. It's incredible. For me, I am just happy that was able to see it when I did, and know that seed was just going to flourish into this beautiful tree that it's become, and to be able to offer a contribution in some small way to something that I think really resonates or is going to resonate with audiences on a universal level, and still be able to be current and innovative. And John Chu just took the film to another level in terms of the visual artistry that he brought to Kiara's and Lynn's story that has been, tweaked for our times.
Yeah. I want to go back to Olga first. This doesn't happen, like Jimmy said. Very few people get to create something on stage and then get to recreate that in the film. Olga, what was your first day like on the set of the film?
Well, I just wanted to say that I never thought I would play this part, because I always thought somebody else would do it.
Yeah.
But they asked me if I wanted to audition at the last minute, and this is what happened. But the first day on the set, I guess since I had done it so many times, even though I always say that when you're an artist and you do a project, you give it your all, and then when you're done, you close that chapter and you move on to something else. This, I had to kind of go back, and I was looking at my notes. I was trying to find my script and my music to kind of go back to that time when I was working on it so intensely in the theater. And so I was ready to because she was back inside me, and I was ready that first day. I was like, you throw anything at me, I'm ready. I know this lady, you know what I mean? And I am this lady.
Beautiful. Jimmy, for you, what do you remember about your first day filming on the set of In the Heights?
Heat. It was so hot. But
it was
more than anything, Richard, the warmth, the fact that we were actually shooting in Washington Heights, and that the community was so they were part of this and embrace, open arms, and there was kind of like a realization in the air, not only from the cast, but from people that were in the streets washing, that there was something important, that it meant a lot to them, that it meant a lot.
Yeah.
Anthony Ramos always used to say, "We're doing this for the culture," just before we would roll sometimes. And it just,
and also for us, we would say it was important to shoot in Washington Heights, because we were where this story takes place in Washington Heights. So it was very authentic, even though this story is a universal story, and
Absolutely.
it's in Washington Heights, but this could be any community anywhere in the world. But we would say, walking down the street, oh, there's Ustavi, there's Abuela Claudia. Look, she looks just. Oh, there's Daniela. It was like these roles were like, we would see them walking down the street. It was great.
Yeah. I want to ask you each, what was one of your most memorable days on the set of this film? Since I have you here, Olga, first. What was one of your most emotional or memorable days?
Definitely doing a night shoot of a chunk of Paciencia in a subway tunnel,
Right.
subway tunnel, when it was, I think it was about 100 degrees outside, and having to be belting at 4 a.m. during the night. And, I would do it again in a heartbeat. But that was definitely a memorable moment. And I remember after I finished, it was like 7 a.m. And I walked out and the producers were sitting in their chairs like this. They'd been up all night too, but I had been working. And they were like, and I'm like, good morning. And they're like,
That was such a glorious moment in the film, just so you know, such a glorious moment.
thank you so much.
Jimmy, for you, most memorable day, or one of them.
Well, I got, as a spectator, I was there when they shot 96,000 at the Highbridge Pool with maybe 500 extra. And I'll tell you, Richie, it was like a testament to movie magic, because it wasn't a great day. It was a little overcast. It was raining, and John just force of nature, to just make that happen, and people, it's just incredible. And that sequence, when I watch that sequence, I get the chills because it is a testament to it. But in the Carnival sequence, for me, meant so much because there was a moment where Lin's character, the Piragüero, John put him on a fire escape, and there was this thing happening, the sequence with all these flags and, just sheer joy. And people started looking up, and Lin was just looking down at the seeds of his project being realized, and it was very emotional. People started chanting his name, and it was very emotional because it was coming to fruition.
So when you first saw the finished product, Jimmy, what went through your mind after you saw the film?
I cried several times, but I got goosebumps because of these kind of like brushstrokes and odes to old Hollywood in some of the numbers, and at the same time being so current.
Yeah.
That I think that the stories just resonated with me, and I think that the themes are universal, and it just means a lot that we can be very specific and tell a broad story at the same time.
Beautiful. Olga, for you, the first time you saw the finished product of this film, what went through your mind?
I was completely overwhelmed. I had to go to the ladies' room and take a moment because of my personal history with the piece. And also the way that John Chu, his cinematic vision, the way it's in a different platform. It's just beyond what he did. I couldn't believe what he did with this musical, this Broadway musical. And like Jimmy, I cried. I cried and I was overjoyed. This movie is pure joy. It's what we need right now. And
Absolutely.
It has emotional moments, but it also has a lot of light and a lot of joy. And I think so it was that intensity of feeling that I was just very overwhelmed. And seeing my character up there in such a way, it was like, I can't believe this is happening.
Let me just listen to my block. Early July.
So we've got the summer. Ice cold piragua, pancha, china, cherry.
Mira, güero, ¿cómo está?
We've got each other.
On these blocks, you can't walk 2 steps without bumping into someone's big plans.
No peeking.
And I close my eyes.
You made all of this? You're an artist.
That's when I
Start small, dream big.
again.
Because you can see a future that I can't.
Let me take this moment just to say, you are gonna change the world someday.
I just want to see the whole world through her eyes.
Tell the world we are not invisible.
Let's go!
There's something on your shirt.
Can we raise our voice tonight? Can we make a little noise tonight?
We are not powerless.
Can we sing so loud and raucous?
We are powerful.
The bridge and East Caucus.
Go show them who we are.
From Puerto Rico to Santo Domingo, wherever we go, we rap for people and we go.
In the Heights, rated PG-13, in theaters and on HBO Max June 11th.